This happens all the time, folks. You've looked forward to a river for a long time. You felt ready. It was a perfect day, the perfect level. And in the first rapid, you find yourself carping a couple rolls, staring at fish. It's just not how you imagine it to go. Well, today we're going to look at how to overcome a bad start to a kayak trip.
All right, so we lucked into Lodge at Tellico Hotel. Just what we needed, just minutes from the Tellico. Like literally, probably 10 minutes from the Tellico at the most. And nice facility, let me show you around. So before we unpack the truck and start drying stuff out, I just figured I'd quickly show you what we're looking at. Oh yeah. Folks, that's what I'm talking about. We can all get in the hot tub. No. Nice shower. Oh yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. So I guess Pete and I will take the twin, and you can.
That sounds fair.
So yeah, folks, I'm impressed. You don't need anything more. They got Wi-Fi. It's pretty nice. And the location is fantastic. So Lodge at Tellico, give the guys a call. Minutes away from breakfast in Tellico Plains, and then zip 10 minutes up to the Tellico River. How have I not known about this? Fantastic night's sleep here at Lodge at Tellico. I gotta give them some props. Awesome little place. Just right there in Tellico Plains. We feel pretty rested. As good as we're gonna be. The 4Runner's still running. It's great. So now it's off to the Mexican restaurant down there. They got the best breakfast in town. And in about an hour or so, we should be meeting John and Trevor Hall to go do the Tellico again. So, this is how you're supposed to do weekends. The lottery, La Loteria. So, here we are. All right, so the Lotteria is the best breakfast in town. I've known that for some time. But somehow I've never had the hash browns. And I took my first bite a minute ago. And I had to take, it took my breath away. These are the best hash browns I've ever had. Oh, I could just eat a plate of hash browns. So yes, hash browns, folks. 10 out of 5. That's a 5-star guarantee from the River King. My goodness, they're good. John and Trevor. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, knocking off the good stuff now. What a beautiful day.
The plan was for John, Trevor, and I to bomb the ledges section through Jared's Knee, where we'd pick up Austin and P5 and head on down the middle Tellico, where Austin would get his personal first descent on this magical river.
You just slowed down a little bit. Good run though, you did it right. You just missed the speed. I think it came in high, but you got to go through the trough just a bit to get that speed. It's good, it's good. Yes! Yes! Yes, sir!
Yeah,
that was good.
That was good.
You just lean back a little bit. Y'all ready for this? So yeah, when you peel out, we're driving right up on that rock a little bit. But if you don't get far enough on it, you'll fall off the shelf like halfway down, which is okay, just keep working it out. You wanna run it first so I can run sweep? Follow those rooster tails right there. Just follow the little wave trains and get on that rock. Just about 6 feet off this boulder.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. He fell off at the very end, but it was good. Yeah, be maybe a foot further right than he just did. He fell off right at the very end, but everything else was good. It'll make total sense when you see it. It's the easy line. At a little higher flow, it just goes. That's a good view. And then we'll eddy out again. Yeah! Then we turn back to the right and eddy out again. Yeah. Just keep your bow up and keep going. No, the next one is. But there's a finger boop in this one. Try to hit it. Okay. Keeps your bow up out of the hole. Yes! Nailed it! Good! You're okay? Woo! You did it, boys! Ride it out!
After a fun run of the ledges section, we met up with P5 and Austin at the bridge below Jared's knee. This is the put-in for the middle section of the Tellico, and it starts out with a bang, bridge rapid. It's not too difficult, but it's a little bit technical, and for someone who hadn't been in a boat in a while, there's not a lot of time for warm-ups. And that is basically exactly how Austin did not want to start his day on the Tellico River. He had been looking forward to this for so long. He felt ready. He actually even scouted this rapid while waiting. But a couple little errors put him in a tricky spot. He was a little bit tense, and the rest is history. The question is, how do you bounce back and where do you go from here? And this is where it's good to have someone with you who can give you some constructive criticism on where things went wrong and maybe one or two pointers to change to make things go right in the future. And it is important to note that that does depend on whether or not the paddler does possess the skill to be on any particular river. Sometimes it's best early to realize maybe today's not my day for this run. I may be in over my head. But in Austin's case, he was 100% ready for this river, and just it fell apart right at the beginning. So he's got to shake that off and get moving. And in this case, it should be a somewhat easy fix. The Nirvana is a boat that likes to know where it's going and likes to be paddled fast. And what I saw and realized Austin was trying to do was avoid the main flow and go for that far right little chute because it looked a little less scary, a little less confusing. And it was a kind of a way to ease into the run, to maybe cheat that last drop there. But he's got to realize that boat will eat this river up. Nothing on the middle Tellico is going to give a large Nirvana any trouble. So I kind of was trying to explain to him, let that boat eat. I need you to get into these rapids and just go for it. Don't try to slow down. Don't try to avoid the flow. Just send the biggest, burliest line you can. Don't overcharge it, but definitely don't try to slow down. Just go into there and have fun. It's the Middle Tellico. It's all good. Whatever looks good for you, whatever makes sense, hit that line and don't even think about it.
The biggest flow going straight, and you keep going straight with the flow. But you just kind of saw the rock and you went.
Well, I was trying to go right, and
That left is yeah. Go left. Go with the big flow, even if it looks weird.
Yeah.
Just go. It flushes you right through. The boat will straight up eat it all up.
After just a couple minutes, he's back in the boat ready to go. The very next rapid is called Ledges. It's kind of a long series of river-wide ledges that just require a paddler to just enjoy it, have fun, go straight.
Just ignore how rowdy it looks and just go.
There's not a lot of really bad options. It's just make your own adventure. It's a perfect opportunity for Austin to just relax and go for it. So Austin did a lot better, but he was still a little tentative about commanding that kayak to go left or right, to stay on the line he wants. And I just need him to charge a little more, to drive that kayak a little more. It's creaking. It's not simply floating down a river. You got to make that kayak go where you want to go. If I can get him feeling it and going for it, this is going to smooth out really quick.
Hey, I want you to charge a little more. You're being too relaxed, too tentative rather. Just charge, look at a spot, just charge it. Hit everything hard.
And that may not look like much to you folks, but that's exactly what I wanted to see. A really big stroke right there to change the vector of his kayak, anticipating the forces of the water and countering it proactively. Now he's paddling, now he's looking at the water, he's engaging, and he's not just reacting to what happens to him as he comes down the river. He continued to improve, he continued to get in the game. There were several times he caught eddies just to establish control and peel back out. And I could see him starting to enjoy the run. And it's just exactly what we hope for. When any of us mess up, you have to reframe your mind to the task at hand. And that's actually paddling the river. Knowing Austin's right behind me, I decided to throw a neck spin where I toss my paddle around my neck while I'm paddling. Just one more little thing to help reinforce a positive mindset. We are having fun. This is not a scary river. I'm over here doing neck spins. How bad could it be? Several times I look back to see Austin catching eddies intentionally and breaking down the rapids into smaller pieces of rapid, going from eddy to eddy and really just controlling his descent through the river. And that can be a great tool for a paddler who's feeling a little bit nervous and maybe a little out of control. Let me go from eddy to eddy, show myself that I can stop the madness if I need to. And it also just takes the paddler and puts him in a frame of mind of paddling, not just surviving. And what he's doing now looks completely different than about a quarter mile back when we were starting this run. Austin is paddling the Tellico, and he's getting more and more comfortable by the minute. So let's sit back and enjoy the day and see how this ends up. This next rapid is called Bounce Off Boulder, and there's a lot going on here. It looks a little scarier, but you need to stay right of that dry rock and then bounce off the boulder. A lot of people like to go left of that exposed rock, and it really doesn't work out as good. This will be a good test to see if Austin is ready to charge the river. And instead of following P5 down through there, he kind of just drifts into this left side and finds himself going backwards through the rapid. Not ideal, but in a weird way, it may have been what loosened him up because he still had fun.
Yes, sir. Good, good, good. Yeah. Yes. Way to go.
that was interesting. That was interesting.
So you tried to go left again. It's less flow over there. The flow is your friend. Water's way better than squirrely rocks. And you'll just, it looks crazy, but you just get on it and fluff it out.
And sometimes it's hard to understand and describe what's happening in someone's mind, how they're feeling about a run, but you could hear a different tone in his voice. He ran that completely wrong, but stayed upright, stayed loose, and still had fun. And I really do feel like it was the one thing that loosened him up just to relax and paddle the river.
one.
The Middle Tellico is a fantastic run with almost non-stop class 2 and 3 boogie and creek moves. Enough gradient to keep it moving. There's some places where it gets really narrow and constricted. Other places like this, it opens up a little bit for nice views, some sunshine. Relax a little bit, then it'll tighten right back up again into some really narrow slots, and it's just a fantastic playground for a kayaker. The stretch we're in now is one of those stretches where I thought maybe it'd be better if Austin just got out front and just picked his own line. Whatever was happening was working, it was clicking, he was into it, he was just feeling that flow. And so I pulled him up to the front and told him, just go pick your own line, it'd probably be easier. And he took off and ran with it, and he was looking really good. And all this is really a credit to Austin for sticking with it and relaxing into the run. I'm sure it didn't hurt to have some good buds there tell him he's got this. But at the end of the day, it's an individual thing. You have to do it for yourself. You have to paddle that river. And he stepped up, settled into the run, and we just enjoyed a fantastic day on one of the best rivers out there. Upcoming is a couple big rapids. One of them, I believe, is called Fat Man Squeeze, and the other one, I believe, is called Submarine. And that's aptly named because it's hard to keep your bow up, and it's a big, deep, flushy hole. I'm going to have him run that one out front, and this one upcoming, it will be the biggest test. It's a pretty tight slot, pretty dynamic, has a big hole in there, really flushy but also really narrow, and just the kind of thing to get someone who's already a little uncomfortable even more uncomfortable, or a good place for someone who's really feeling it to show up, to have a good moment, and it's going to be up to Austin to figure out which experience happens.
Oh, greasy, Austin. Greasy. That felt good, didn't it? It gets real tight between two slots. Either goes. So don't freak out. Just pick one and go. Whatever it gives you, go. Don't try to slow down in front of it. You will broach. Either slot. I think I end up going left most of the time, but I don't think it matters.
I've been working on myself. I really try my best to change, but sometimes ain't enough right. Maybe we should stay in bed, pretend that everything's the same, just a little play right.
Yes, sir!
But baby, we're changing. We can't really help it. We might just enjoy it now. We said forever. Forever means nothing if we don't give it all we got. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
Yeah, Austin! Freak it, baby!
Really had a good run though, but maybe you would grow me love. We will try the different roads, slow down. We said forever. Forever means nothing if we don't give it up. We can cry when it's over.
I'm falling off.
We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
And here we were at Submarine, and I just had Austin lead out, not a whole lot of beta, just go figure it out, and he made a little magic.
I love it was special, but baby you can't get it stuck. It can't stop the heart from learning what it was. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
really a shame that the run was about over because Austin had really come alive. He was paddling strong, and you can just see he was totally enjoying every inch of this river. So next time you're out there on a run you're ready for, that you're looking forward to doing, and you just can't wait to get out there, and you have a terrible start, just remember it happens to all of us, and you just need to reframe your mind. You need to get out there, you need to start paddling, and you need to relax into the run and enjoy your day.
Went by too quick, didn't it?
It did. Now that's what I'm talking about. Good times. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
PFD started out a little rough, but he pulled it together for an awesome day. He looked good out there, folks.
Felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Looked good.
And honestly, the water felt good during the swim too. I'm not
There
gonna
you
lie.
go.
See you on the next one. Good times.
All right, folks, I was just getting the car and I had to stop and get the camera because I have some world famous rippers. Come on over here, tell the world who you are. Mason and Griffin, tell which one's which.
Griffin. I'm Mason.
Are y'all paddling this river?
Yes, sir.
You gotta be kidding me. You send the falls?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
give me a pound on that. How old are you?
I'm 12 10. and 10. I'm 10.
My goodness. Folks, that's the future right there. Dads, we gotta keep up. Man, these guys, oh man. I wish I was paddling when I was your age. I didn't get into it that early. Tell me, how are you gonna do the falls? What's your plan?
We're
Do you
gonna,
run it straight? Do you catch the eddy?
I am planning to
He's
go
gonna plug
down the right side and plug it.
And then I plugged it already through the seam, but I'm gonna
Ooh.
try. But I'm gonna try and boost the.
Tell them
the
what
hump.
happened last month when you plugged
Oh
it.
yeah, I hit the hole and it slowed me down, and I
Yeah.
plugged the seam. It hit me like
Yeah,
right
that
in the
hole will
seam.
get you on it.
Yeah, like he.
So did you hit the hole, get pushed a little right, turn sideways, and fall off the middle
Yeah. No, it was like in the seam.
in the little trough?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And I
yeah.
plugged it.
And what
Yeah.
happened?
My paddle came up first, and then my boat came up, and then
Right on.
I reached to pull my
Curtain
skirt.
time.
I reached to pull my skirt, and it was already pulled.
That's
It blew.
awesome. And so you're gonna plug the right
That's what I'm
off
planning
the
on.
flat?
I mean, every single time I try to do it, I always boof it.
Right on. That's awesome. Well, I will be there to film you. And I'm impressed already. Let's go get dressed. All right, folks, I'm waiting on the young rippers to come do the falls. And I was actually boating with these people, or at least we were sharing the river earlier. We got Ethan and Kara, and they're not from around here currently, but they're on a road trip hanging out. He was shredding the full slice off the falls, and you were in a Axiom sitting it. They look good. We didn't actually get to paddle much together, but we talked a little bit there and while our crew was coming through. But welcome to North Carolina, Tennessee area.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Where y'all headed from here?
Back to, well, we're going to Chioa right
Yep.
now, and then we'll boat Chioa, and then we'll be at the Skates next weekend.
Fantastic.
And then after that, we're going back to Utah for a couple days, and then we'll be at Kernville, California.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you.
Appreciate you, man.
And y'all have fun on your journeys.
Yeah, take care.
Be
You
safe.
too. Thank you.